What's up guys, Go here and welcome back to another 6 PM content video where today we are back for day 2 of Fantasy FC. It has been a good promo so far, and yes, we've only had a day of it, but some incredible content yesterday. Hopefully that is going to continue on today, so we're going to check it all out. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, let me know down below how it's been going for you. Has Champs paid out with some of these brand new cards? Hopefully it has. With that, let's get into today's content and see what we get. And so here we go. It has been a good day so far in terms of content because we've had obviously quite a lot of good stuff given out, but it's also a good day because West Ham are absolutely massive. They beat Arsenal 1-0. Lewis Skelly with another red card this season. Now, granted, the first one didn't really count, but this one definitely does count. Currently, as it stands, Villa are also losing as well, granted to Chelsea, but still, it's been a good day of football, so we will absolutely take it. Now, we do have a brand new set of rush objectives for us. Some decent packs again being given out, an 82x7, 83x5, 83x7, and a passing Evo, which I presume is going to be very similar to the shooting Evo from the Cup, which will give a +4 passing. So EA allowing us to build some incredibly good cards. Now, thankfully, I still need about 12,000 rush points for this week, which is brilliant because I can just coincide it with this. Again, if you do this with like friends and stuff, you could probably get this done in about 3 or 4 games, which would be absolutely brilliant, although you do need to win 6. So, again, you don't need to necessarily do it with friends to obviously gain the extra points. In terms of everything else, nothing new for today. I am going through trying to complete as many objectives as I can, as quick as I can, because I do also want to complete the season pass as quick as possible. Now, I think a lot of people are slowly making the way up the ladder, especially sort of the last week or so with XP. There is still 18 days left. I would say most people have sort of got this now. There is 10,000 SP needed for me. However, I know a lot of people were at level 35 yesterday. So what it will mean is if you start an account in the next few days, even with 2 weeks to go of the season, you will probably still have enough SP needed to obviously complete the whole season pass. So I think EA are quite good in terms of giving out that now. Again, it's slow at the start of the season, but EA are going to want you to have everything right as you load into things. In terms of today's Evos, I do think 1 or 2 of them expire tomorrow. I think I've already claimed them. We might not get anything because obviously, yeah, we've had quite a lot of Evos recently, so kind of doesn't really come as a shock, although technically we do get a new Evo in the rush mode, so realistically, it's another thing that you can work towards. Nothing new in terms of anything here, I don't think, unless I am missing something. But I'm pretty sure there isn't anything. No, there isn't. So that's absolutely fine. So it's going to really come down to the SBCs for today. Now, Saturdays don't normally give us a lot of, top tier content. However, we are going to be getting base Ruud Gullit. So 14 segments for him today. In terms of what you need, it is going to be obviously the bronze and silvers, an 84 rated team for the loan card, then an 85, 86, 86, 86. So 3 86s, 3 87s, 388 and an 89. Not incredibly expensive, although because it is only his base, it really shouldn't be that expensive. Pretty easy to work towards, very similar to Guti or Felix sort of pricing point. So again, you're going to be paying a bit for him, but still, to have him in the club and have a card that probably will fit an Evo within a month, I reckon this card will be able to fit an Evo at some point. So yeah, not the worst thing in the world, I'll be honest. In terms of everything else, tomorrow icon picks are refreshing, and I am quite excited because EA are actually adding new icons into it, which will make things a hell of a lot better to grind. In terms of everything else for today, I think there is a new, Fantasy FC player pick Evo. So earn a Fantasy FC player pick between Buendia or Nicoli. Which player will you choose? See rewards. So, in short, I kind of quite like this. Actually, there is an Evo. Don't know how I've missed that. But what I like about this is obviously it's 2 transfer cards. Brilliant. It's 2 cards with very, very similar stats. Now, I think the majority of people will end up picking Buendia just because he's male and the build of certain players fits the meta a little bit more. However, Nicoli has better links in terms of City and Brazil and stuff like that. So it really depends on what team you're building towards. However, I do quite like this. It's very similar cards that you're only going to need 1 of in your club anyway. So an 84 and an 86 rated is kind of realistic to where one of these SBCs would be priced at. I just kind of like the idea of it being a little bit different. I think EA have done quite well with that, at least. There is an Evo of the Fantasy Captain Evo. I don't know how I've missed that. No, it's there. I've literally just brushed right past it. But anyway, enroll your star in Techers University and boost their dribbling skills to the max. Captain your favourite player and take the dribbling all the way to 99 rated to teach your opponents a lesson they'll never forget. I presume that's going to say. That's going to be interesting. So, you could end up having a 90 rated Rudiger with 99 dribbling. Now, I think this is going to be on the types of cards, the likes of, to be honest with you, I don't really know. It's going to be on one of the cards that you've already sort of evoed up, that you're happy with a lot of the base stats for them. So, I'm trying to think, Edison Cavani probably would be a card that you go, okay, 88 pace, 91 shooting, you don't really need it to be too much better. If you had good playstyles, then you include the 99 dribbling, brilliant. So, I do like it. Again, though, it is really pushing towards building your own specific cards. And I think that's one thing you've got to be careful with in terms of who you submit straight away. Obviously, with the shooting boost and the passing boost that we've had from the two objectives, it does make you think that if you chose a bronze card and added on sort of different play styles, obviously the 99 dribbling, you might actually end up finding quite a good few cards that you could obviously sort of chain evo. I think that's what it's more aimed towards. Not necessarily putting it on one of your top tier players already, because I don't really think anybody necessarily fits it too well. Especially with the rating boost. I don't think it helps out an awful amount, but I do think it would help out on a card that already has good enough base stats once they get to that level, or doing it on somebody super low rated to then obviously help out. It doesn't give any playstyle pluses, which is brilliant. So again, it is only just dribbling. Now, it does give 10 and then 65. I guess it is just, doesn't matter who it gives out to. It will just give out sort of the max. But I think the lowest rated, yeah, it would do that. The lowest rated stat would be about 30, so that's why EA are doing it like that. But overall, it's a fun new Evo. I think it's just one of those that you're going to have to chain and be clever with. To finish off with today, we've got all of our Fantasy Cup rewards. I decided to save them because I knew that there wasn't going to be too much else for today. So we do obviously have the shooting Evo, an 84x4, an 82x7, an 82x10, two 83x5s, and then an 85x7 pack, which I really hope is going to pay out because I can't lie, there's a lot of good cards that I definitely want to get my hands on. I think as soon as EA release live cards, all of a sudden packs just get a little bit better. Packing any promo cards just has that bit more of a pull, purely because you know that they can get better. And then you also naturally then sort of look at, say, like Malin, where you start wanting Villa to do well and you want him to start. And I actually think it's quite a good way to get people really paying attention to football. Now, I don't really think EA are trying to do that because they don't necessarily need to do that, but it's a good way for you to, especially like sort of like the any of the women's cards. I think it's brilliant because you pay attention to their football. So again, little things like that I quite like. We also have our fantasy guarantee pack anyway because we've done 10 games in. Oh, that's going to be a fantasy. Is it going to be good? Cam, Spanish. It's Sunset. And maybe a double walkout. It's not going to be a double walkout. It is just going to be Sunset, which isn't ideal. But at least it's a bit of fodder for me because I already have him. But yeah, as I was saying, if you... Yeah, I can't actually remember what I was saying. Well, that's really unfortunate. I was actually talking about something quite good there. Oh yeah, I played 10 games of the Cup to obviously do this. So that gives us that. And then 10 games of Rivals or Champs. Doesn't really matter what you do. That was quite nice with an inform in there as well. Unfortunately, not another fantasy card there, but that's fine. I don't even know. I mean, obviously, you want to pack some of the top cards. I don't even know specifically who I want. I'd just take anybody this week, to be honest. I think any of the top tier cards I'm more than happy with, or just a ton more fodder into the club. I've already got quite a lot of fodder. I'm putting a lot of it into Mendy just to get through him. And then tomorrow, we definitely will have one of the icon picks because the chances of getting something very good are going to be a lot better tomorrow. At least they should be, well, they might not necessarily pay out, but the chances are a lot higher of getting something good. So, I think we're going to open the 85x7 and then the guarantee pack and hope for something good. So, the final rewards for the Cup is going to be a fantasy card. It is a double walkout, possibly. It is a left wing from the Women's German League. It is that double walkout which we want. So, it's an inform, I'm pretty sure. That is correct. 88 rated though for fodder. Very nice. And we get Done, which I've not had it yet, so that's not too bad at all. Does look a very nice card. Some great alt positions. Could eventually go to a 94 rated, which I think is very nice to get hold of. 3 informs. Well, that is ridiculous. That is going to help this week for any upgrade packs. Done is worth about 100k, apart from this guy who's transferring coins. But yeah, we will absolutely take that. And we still have a guarantee pack left to go. So, whether or not we get something good in this, who knows? Let me know down below who you guys are getting in yours. We are going to finish with a female. As long as it's not an American, it's fine. It is going to be... I don't think this is the hero. It's not. Unfortunately, not one of the better cards from the guarantee pack in Hunch. I don't even know how you pronounce the name. But, anyway, it's another card. It's another fantasy into the club. Let me know down below what you guys are getting. For now, so we're going to leave it for today. I'm out. Peace.